What's up guys, XoSnowman here, bringing you another Kotal video. In today's video, I'll be going over his Totemic Variation, which is his other tournament variation, as well as his other custom moves. So with this variation, it is very different compared to Ascension. In fact, you lose your command grab and your con cut. Right, in exchange, you get this. It replaces the con cut, so it's down forward too. You can meter burn it as well, and then you also get this God Ray, which it spawns right on top of you, which is really nice. You can actually meter burn, and it will track the opponent. I'll just kind of show that here. You can see her moving. And then when I do it, it goes to her and follows. It's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. It's one of the best things about this variation. But if you just look at his move list, right? You have the parry. You have the disc. In addition to that, you do get these cap moves, but they're extremely negative. So you get this. And then you also get the air one. Right, which might be good to alter your jump arc, but I mean, upon hitting somebody, it's that. And you can't meter burn any of them, so like it does, you can't make him safe or anything or get increased damage. He also does get the blood totem, which is really good too. So I would say this, and along with the God Ray, are like his best features in this variation. Say. So of course you can stack up to 3, right? The more damage you inflict on your opponent, the more health you get. Look at that, boom, 50% life just from that, right? That was only a few hits. That's crazy, right? So that's a good thing, but since you lose the con cut, you lose your combo potential. So when you're hitting somebody, you know, you're playing neutral, you know, you're getting in your lows. When you get a hit on somebody, you're gonna end it in this, right? Or you're gonna end it in the kitty. And like, that's good corner carry and all, but like, I just don't see this variation being like good at all. So that's just my personal opinion, but I mean, you guys can let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But other than that, like, if you compare the two, and the other one you get a damage buff from the command grab, you can level up to level 3. Then you get the con cut, which turns any straight hit into a 25-30% combo, you know, which is crazy. One thing you do get in this variation though that you don't get in Ascension is an additional crushing blow. So that's cool, right? You know, kind of adds a little bit more damage to the lack of combo extension here. So it's its cut move, right? The down forward 2 that replaces the con cut. Triggers if it's a counter or punishes an airborne opponent. So we'll AI here to jump kick. 33%. It's really good, right? But I mean, you're extending your hitbox out there, so you know, you never know. But it seems like a solid anti-air. Yeah, so that is pretty much it for this variation, and then we can go on to the next custom moves. I do have a few loadouts already made, so we'll just kind of go over those. In this loadout, I did choose the option to amplify your disc, so that's regular disc. If you meter burn it, you delay it like a slight second. It's still a high, it still does the same exact damage. I find it pretty useless. In addition to that, I did have this. It's like a anti-air move. If you meter burn it, there's a knockdown, but you could see if they jump. You know, it's a good anti-air move. You can get a combo after that. But So again, I find it pretty useless. One thing that I did find useful though that I added for this variation, let me make her stop jumping real quick, is this totem, which gives a damage buff. So when you do something simple as like a 5-hit combo, that's 32%. Without the damage buff, you're only getting 20%. So you can see how that's a huge difference. If you were to maybe play custom variations, my advice would be to pair the damage totem with like Kahn cut, so you at least have a combo extension, and then the last slot could go to whatever move you might find useful, like the other totems, which we'll get to in a second here. So with this setup, I did add 2 additional totems, so he has 2 total. You can actually only have 2 equipped, you cannot have 3. Otherwise you could kind of make it similar to Blood God, where he had the blood totem and then the damage mitigation totem and the damage buff. For this one, I do have, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Tio. We'll just leave it at that. This one is a damage decrease totem, so the damage that they inflict on you will be decreased. So I will do a demonstration here. I'll give it a second so I can get the totems out. Okay, did 12% damage. 7%, so that's a huge difference, right? I only had 2 totems out, so that could be really helpful. You pair it with the other moves and you can become a defense monster, just having 1 or even 2 of them out and they hit you and then it doesn't do much of anything. So it's a great tool to have. I was always pretty fond of the totems myself. This second totem is a bit different. It increases your gauge regeneration. So let me, we're on custom here. This is down forward L2 or stance switch. I'll kind of give you an example here. Watch how fast it regenerates compared to not having it. You gotta wait at least 12 seconds for that to be fully regenerated, so that's pretty awesome. So if you have 1 to 3 stacked and you do, you know, a amplified attack or even use your defensive meter, you can just rely on this to get it all back. It's pretty sick. One of the other moves that I didn't mention as well is he can meter burn this. So he reflects the ray off the sun disk and shoots a mid projectile, which is pretty solid considering his regular projectile is high, right? So there is a crushing blow on this if you have 3 totems stacked. It's pretty solid mid, right? But the odds of you getting a totem stacked in that situation just might be a bit difficult unless you're pretty set on that. So pretty situational. But yeah, that is pretty much all his custom moves. I showed off Ascension in my last combo guide where I pretty much showed how to play the character. My next video I will be going over strengths and weaknesses, and then I'll kind of give you an overview of how to play Kotal. Mind you, I feel like that if you are playing Totemic Variation, Ascension is the best. If not, I would equip Damage Totem, Kanka, and then Command Grab. But you know, it does depend on your play style. If you're not super offensive and you want to play more defensive, you know, the damage mitigation totem is great for that. Because you can always have it up, and even if you're getting hit, you don't have to rely on dying because of how much damage is actually reduced. But yeah, like I said, let me know in the comments below what your favorite moves are for Kotal, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.